say self-realization is a typical task, the question might be how one can realize about self. So there are different parameters, if I say. One is to go for the assessment that we call as analysis. If we are able to analyze ourselves, what we are, who we are, what do you want, or we want, rather, I should say you, what we want. Want is a different thing, and what we can do is a different thing, and what we should do is a different thing. When we say should do means code of conduct. What we want is our desire. What we can do is our capability. So a number of things come when we say self-realization. And like I would like to quote that I heard from somewhere. I cannot remember. I used to say, न प्रभाव में जिए न अभाव में जिए अपने स्वभाव में जिए. And how this I should say swabhav, the nature, that will be when you are trying to understand yourself. When you are working or taking any decision under the influence of someone, one day you may repent. If you are in, I should say, abhav, scarcity, kami, again, you will be guided by someone else. You may take certain decisions which are not good for you. Again, there is, at the end, there is a feeling of repent. रहीम जी या कबीर जी का दोहा है एक, बुरा जो देखन मैं चला बुरा न मिलया कोई, जो मन देखा आपना मुझसे बुरा न कोई. But the irony is that we are not analyzing ourselves. We are not introspecting ourselves. We are trying to find out problems in other, not in self. And this self-analysis is personal as well as professional. So when we have this personal and professional one, it means we will be able to enrich not only our personal life, with the help of personal life, social life, with the help of social life, our professional life. So if we look at this from students' point of view, and not only from the students as well, from we as the adult one, we have a number of dreams. Dreams should be, but open-eyed, not the closed-eyed. So let us move towards how that self-assessment can be done. Okay, so today we will talk about identify the key component of self-assessment and self-assessment in personal life, in career preparedness, and how one can make the decision proper when the assessment is there. Now, let us talk about the self-reflection, the beginning part. As till the 12th standard, we people were guided by our parents, what we have to do. But yes, we were also asked. So we have to make a roadmap. Means as we entered at 9th, 10th, we chose whether science, humanities, commerce, means where we want to go. So we chose either the humanities or the science or the commerce. Then another question, whatever we have selected, I am enjoying that or just for the sake I am doing because I was clueless what to do. So in place of being clueless, no doubt, the journey has started from 9th and 10th onward. Our journey started 4 years back. Now we are at the position. Means as a student, we are at the position what to choose. And if I say humanities, the liberal art, kindly don't take it being the part of liberal art I'm promoting, but yes, I'm trying to make you aware how the liberal art and the humanities is helpful in self-reflection. When we look at another stream, no doubt they all are useful, but when we study the papers of humanities, we are in close touch of society. What is happening? Because as per the need, as per the requirement, or I should say the current scenario, we people are either inventing, developing, or a number of activities are taking place. Yesterday was the need of something else, so the way of fulfillment was different. Today, the need is different, so again, the method has changed. So the journey started now. What activities did I enjoy the most? Like at the 10th standard, we have studied everything. Which area was the one to which I can say, yes, it was not a burden. I learned and I enjoyed. When I say I enjoyed, it means I am able to use that in my career as well, in my personal life as well, and in the development of society as well. So we can have an example. When you walk to the bookstore, which book attract? Obviously, the book which is giving knowledge along with some enjoyment. Like when we all were kids at the young age, we have seen whether the pics are there or not. Pics are colorful or not. If you look at the again back, the alphabets, the words, the sentences were less, the pics were colorful. And the kids are attracted towards that. Being the adult one, we go for the knowledge along with the enjoyment. Because if simply we go for, again, two different things I would like to mention here, knowledge and education. Education is to earn the livelihood. Knowledge is how to use that education, that bookish knowledge, the application part. So when we talk about the selection of the books, we talk about not only the theory should be mentioned, but the application part should also be there. Then we talk about would we rather work with things, people, idea, information, data, or the combination of two or more. It's quite funny. If anyone may like to interact, most welcome. We people are said why we are in job. While our means job, no doubt, to earn our bread and butter. But if there is a question of earning bread and butter, that can be in a very small salary. No one is eating gold, no one is eating pearl. Everyone is having simple bread and butter. So basically, what is the motive? Job is important to give food to our body. Work is important to give food to our mind. People means when we are at a workplace, we get connected with a number of people. We learn from them. If we are not connecting with other, there would be less idea. When one mind thinks, hardly can have two, three, four, or more than two, three, four ideas. But collectively, if we are working, we have n number of ideas. So we have to again decide what is the criteria of our work. Whether we are working with things means the lifeless things, the living things, the people, the idea, information, or data, whatever we are. And then we are in a group, be it at a workplace or be it at a friend circle, where we are we able to contribute or mere a listener? Or again, we can ask which type of peer we have, a group we have. It is said in our culture, संगति का असर होता है। कुसंगति में जाएंगे तो हमारा आचरण व्यवहार वैसा ही हो जाएगा। सत्संग में बैठेंगे तो थोड़ी ही देर के लिए सही, बट देयर विल बी अ चेंज इन अ थॉट प्रोसेस. So when we are with a group of the people, so what type of discussion is like in I should say upcoming or in this present scenario, we use the term negative and the positive attitude, negative or positive energy. So with whom we are sitting, either the people who are finding solutions or with the people who are creating problems. So again, we have now talking about as a student, we are either choosing as a 12th pass student and as we people are working. Why we have chosen certain degree, certain university? Again, the area of interest. If we are again guided by other and we are blindly following, I'm not saying one cannot clear the exam, one cannot score the marks, but scoring marks will be on paper, knowledge will not be, because it was always a burden. When we talk about the selection of major and minor, thanks to NEP, every child has been given a number of opportunities to nourish self in different areas. Some are in the field of choice, some might have chosen, some have given entrance, NEET, JEE, IEEE, and so on. So they have chosen something, but changes may take at any step of life. So what originally we have decided, originally talks about our initial stage that was 10th and 12th. After that, we may divert ourselves. Bachelor's done, as we are running with the master's degree as well. So what we are going to choose or what we have chosen, like master's in the field of science, master's in the field of technology, master's in the field of humanities. Now, there are certain attributes when we are assessing ourselves, as I was talking about, area of interest. I would like to give my own example. In my family, everyone is from science background, and I'm the only one who is from humanities. When I was selecting that humanity, my father asked me, why humanity? Why not science? When your siblings are in the field of science, they will help you. And I was adamant, no, I cannot. Next, ability. I was very much scared of mathematics. That has been my threat. Whenever there was the exam of maths till 8th standard, I used to suffer n number of problems because of that phobia, that fear. I may not do good in the field of maths, but it doesn't mean that I didn't. I scored touchwood good, but I didn't feel much interested in that mathematics. I was fascinated by my humanities teacher, especially English teachers. Some other teachers were, but I'm not able to recall their name. But all the English teacher from 6th standard till my research, I can recall each and everyone's name. That because that was my area of interest. Then second point is ability. What you can do. If you are given freedom, what you can do. Freedom means you are taking interest. You are not taking as a burden. Not just as I could not do in the area where I was interested. That's why I entered in the different one, just to earn my bread and butter. No. You will earn bread and butter, but what about your mental state? What about your emotional state? That will suffer because you are not enjoying. So we have to work or identify our ability as per the interest. Then, as we have the ability, definitely we have to find out our skills as well. Some are innate and some are art. Everyone cannot be with the same IQ level, with same skill. Certain skills are inborn, but it doesn't mean you cannot uh, polish them. So whatever you want, you feel you can do, but certain shortcomings are, certain lacking is there. We can polish them. Then the most important thing in my knowledge is your value. Value means first you have to value yourself. Everyone cannot be leader, but in place of following anyone blindly, better to have a question answer session. Means better to have a discussion. Because when you are participating in certain things, means you are not ready to accept everything as it is. You have your own mind, you have your own thought process, you have your own logic. Sorry. So, as per that, we will discuss, and then the other person to whom you are following will also think about your importance, will give you importance. But discussion doesn't mean biased one. You have to be in place of speaker as well as listener, means at both the sides. So whatever you are having in yourself, first you have to value. Then your work habit means priority. You are a workaholic. Between right and wrong, you try to work on time, or you keep on lingering your work. As I told you, either B means you have to identify you are going to produce solution or you are producing certain problems. So work habit is something like if the work is assigned, you would like to finish it on time, before time, or when the reminders are sent, only then you feel now I should do. There is no option. But if you are having this option, like there is no option, now I have to do, and number of reminders are given, definitely you are going to lose something in yourself. Then goals. Goals are short term as well as long term. So short term goals are as per your entry level. But you have to decide after 5 years, 10 years, where would you like to establish yourself? So yes, area of interest, we can talk about your attention to something. That may be your hobby, that may be your traveling, that may be your community service, anything may be. Maybe you're reading, writing, speaking, anything. And that can be on the basis of your experiences, how you can contribute in the present one. In present era, if I look, we have a large number of students in the field of technology, in the field of science. But when we look at the to serve the humanity, we find less. So the humanity people, the humanity students are for that because they study society. They live in society. It doesn't mean others are not living, but as the humanity students are learning everything in touch of society. So one has to, there are the different ways to identify the interest. Ability. As I told, I can recall my English faculties only because that was my area of interest. that I want to, at 10th standard, I thought, as I have chosen humanities, what will I do if I'm not having English as a subject? I have to make my career set. So if I go for social science, if I go for political science, if I go for history and many more papers, the scope is towards civil services, towards the universities. But if I could not, at least there should be something in my hand with the help of which I can work from my home. So at that time, I realized that English should be my career path. So if I am not able to go any university, any college, I can give tuition at home. So what you can do, that is your ability. That is, again, I should say natural as well as earned one. Skills. Skills talks about what you have and what you can do. Your proficiency in different area. Everyone cannot be a civil servant, but can be a part of NGO, can be a teacher, can be at any level of the serving factor. So with the help of this analysis, you can develop yourself, you can decide your educational area, academics area, you can decide your work experience as well, and you can decide whether you would work in some organization or you will be a person who gives employment to other. Values, the most important thing, as I said, a set of certain principles, a standard to which you cannot compromise. If we start compromising with certain things, again, we will not be able to value ourselves. So we have to decide what is important for us. The second question might be like money or knowledge or social status. Money can be earned, but knowledge and money is just in the term of maintaining certain things. But when we talk about the knowledge, if you are not able to discuss, money will not support you. If you are not able to present yourself in the society, your status may be financially good, but not from the societal point of view. So what you do, how you do, and who you are actually indicates your values. Means in one line we can say a disciplined life based on certain pattern, based on certain activities, and based on certain your own parameters that you have decided. Now, work habits. How hard are you willing to work for what you want? As the next will be goal. As I said, after 5 years, 10 years, where would you like to see yourself? To achieve that, you have to work. If you are not, then dreams will not come true. So again, the complete analysis is of yours. क्या कर सकते हैं? काम मिला है, करना है. Everyone is doing. But how people are doing is the important thing. How you are making yourself unique. So whether you are able to work day and night, work hard, think out of the box, making or deciding your career path. When we want some another important thing is whether you like to work alone or in a team. वैसे तो बांग्ला में कहते हैं ना एकला चालू रे भी If you have that capability, you can. But sometimes you need certain people because you cannot be versatile in every area. So, at what level a team is required, at what level you alone can do, again, that you have to decide. So, whether you would like to be a follower, you would like to be a leader, but follower not like sheep. जैसे भीड़ का समूह आपने देखा होगा, एक भीड़ आगे चलती है, बाकी सब सर झुका के चलते रहते हैं। और ऐसा कहते हैं कि अगर आगे वाली भीड़ गड्ढे में गिर रही है तो सारी भीड़ बिना सोचे गड्ढे में चली जाए। So we are not supposed to be like that. We should use our logic because you can live or survive in the world if you are performing best. Although there is no definition of best, but yes, from our satisfaction side or from our side, we should be satisfied enough कि मैंने तो अपना 100% दिया है, up to my best knowledge. Goal, as I told. The conclusion of this one: ability, interest, skill, preference will decide your goal. As I rather giving others example again, as I decided in 10th, so I remember in 10th standard, my English faculty was Dr. Suman Rajput. In 12th standard, Prem Srivastavaji. At graduation level, Dr. Professor S.V.S. Gehlot, Shailendra Veer Singh Gehlot. At my PG level, my head of the department was Dr. Uma Banerjee, Dr. Hem Prakash Gupta, Dr. Yadav, Dr. P.K. Kush, Dr. Savita Vosne, Dr. Beena Agrawal. So all these people motivated me. Their lifestyle, their teaching style, their parameters, their standard, that all motivated me to decide. And my supervisor, my guide, Dr. Arun Sharmaji. All these has been to nourish and polish my all the skills and abilities. Because of those people, I am able to make some place in the society. So the goal talks about the different attributes. The attributes means what you have in yourself. Basically, these goals are the roadmap which carries you from farsh to arsh, zameen se akash tak. Sky is the limit. But if you have no goal, you will be like a vagabond. मैं ये भी कर लूं, मैं वो भी कर लूं, and end of the day, I'm not able to do anything. So better to do something in place of anything. Now let us talk about the personality. Again, self-assessment. So what type of person we are? Introvert or extrovert? Means are we able to keep our idea in front of other, or we feel let it go, it doesn't matter to me, or I want but I'm not able to. I feel fear, I feel disturbed. कैसी कहूं? So again, we have to decide what type of person we are, either the introvert or the extrovert one. The sixth sense, everyone has this sixth sense. Simple, we have to identify. Yesterday, I was talking with a colleague here in the university. He was reading an article, and the article was on the basis of psychology. The difference means to listen the voice of soul, मतलब आत्मा की आवाज को सुनना. That आत्मा की आवाज basically your sixth sense that let you know whether I should go for this direction or not. Or we can smell, if I'm doing this, what will be its repercussions? What will be its result? So that we have. And just for the sake of some, I should say, little enjoyment, some shortcuts, we overlook or we overlisten our the voice of that soul. कोई नहीं देख रहा है, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, कर देंगे. While your soul is saying, your sixth sense is saying, do this. Otherwise, you will not be able to. That soul let us know this is right, this is wrong. But we say, क्या फर्क पड़ता है? So again, we have to talk about, because when we feel, we decide all these things, we will be able to make certain parameters. We can make certain values for self. So again, another thing, as I said, if someone is from the skill development field, we have one topic that is chronomics, that is time management. There we have polychronic and monochronic personalities. Monochronic says step by step. First, I'll finish this, then I'll go for another activity. Polychronic says, okay, ye bhi kar dein, wo bhi kar dein, as per the convenient zone. So when we go for the monochronic one, means again we are deciding, we are organizing ourselves. And when we say the polychronic one, ये आधा काम किया छोड़ दिया, अगला शुरू किया छोड़ दिया. So we are having a little bit haphazard. One we have open, means to be more open and spontaneous. Sometimes this being spontaneous, means a spontaneous quick response, may create a problem, may destroy your relation with other. And if once there is a friction, the relations can not be mended. But this may happen in organized as well. Sometimes relations are damaged when you are doing something in the form of organized form. Planned. Planning can be negative, planning can be positive. So again, we have to decide what type of planned life, organized life, that is of personal or professional, we are going to deal with, we are going to live with. So that is a psychological type, prefer to take in information, to make decision, energized by the outside world or by the inner world. Now this third point, if we talk about outside world and inner world. Inner world is your soul, outside world is your society, which is tempting one, may guide you towards the wrong path. As in the present era, certain students, certain kids, certain adults take wrong decision and they say peer pressure. हमने सोचा करके देखते हैं, सब कर रहे हैं तो हम भी करेंगे. Where the crowd is running, we are supposed to examine, analyze whether we should or it is beneficial for us or not. For how long it will be harmful for us. So better prefer to keep things open or to move towards closer. Means whatever you are doing, the next point is saying, listen to your voice, listen to your brain, listen to your mind, but that you should listen other as well. You should be open for others' criticism as well. And closer doesn't mean to say goodbye. Closer means to have some positive result. Again, that is a wonderful quote. निंदक नियरे राखिए आंगन कुटी छवाए बिन पानी साबुन लगे निर्मल होत सुहाए. And people take criticism as a negative one. How he or she can find me. That's again up to you, how you are giving to yourself. One theory says, I would like to read the same. People with different preferences naturally have different interests, perspectives, behavior, and motivations. Awareness of preferences help people understand and value other who think and act quite differently. As I said, listen to your voice, listen to your heart, listen to your mind, but it doesn't mean what others are saying is of no use for you. There may be n number of valuable information for you. You also have an opportunity to understand other. If the person is behaving in a different mode, there might be certain reason when a person is not in good mood or have some harsh behavior with other. In place of blaming, we should analyze what has been the reason behind that. So you can value self as well. By this process, you can value other as well. Now let us talk about our personal lives. Honest with yourself. आप सबसे झूठ बोल सकते हैं, खुद से नहीं बोल सकते. But if you are telling lie to yourself, it means you are spoiling yourself. You are closing the gate to learn the thing. Again, हिंदी में कहते हैं, संस्कृत का टर्म है अहम ब्रह्मास्मि. Everyone is aware about one's own knowledge level, capacity, interest, ability, in number of things. And just to make other happy, if you say, yes, I can do, and if you're not able to give the result, you are not befooling other, you are befooling self. So at least be honest with yourself and make things clear. What are my abilities or the goals? What I can do in a better way. Another, utilization of other for your own assessment. That is in the form of, as I told you, निंदक नियरे राखिए. अब हम लोग कोई फीडबैक फॉर्म तो नहीं भरवाने जाएंगे कि वो इंसान कैसा है ऐसा. That happens in the teaching. So that is talking about how the person is teaching. And here we are talking about the self-assessment. So if the person is asking you for something, again, I'm not saying you blindly follow that or all of a sudden change yourself. No. Think at least twice. If someone has said, why? There might have been something. So that can be, that assessment can be in the form of criticism. But again, we have to take that criticism in a positive way. People have a number of expectations. But you cannot fulfill everyone's expectation. So you can at least make people clear, I am this, I can be available for this. So I want myself available for other in such a way. In place of being prejudiced, better to listen and to understand. Describe yourself. आप हो क्या, आप खुद को बेहतर जानते हो. So every day is a new day. So every day we are analyzing ourselves by handling the different situations, by handling team members, by handling different people, or being handled by other as well. So now let us talk about the career perspective. As there might be a question after having the degree in the field of humanities and liberal art or in any field, what we can do. Having degree is a different thing and choosing a job is a different thing. We used to teach a topic, preparation of CV and resume. Resume is tailored as per the requirement. So again, we have to assess ourselves as per the requirement of job. I have to find out whether I am able to fulfill the criteria of that job or not. If not, then definitely, and that is my dream job. I have to learn or earn those skills or those credentials. We have to understand our strengths and weaknesses. That will again talk about the position in the relevant field. We use a term that is SWOT analysis: strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat. We will discuss it in next slide. So we should be aware when we are talking to the recruiter, and the most important thing before having a live introduction, what type of CV or resume we are sharing. We should have a look what I'm sharing, whether I'm able to prove it or not. So you have to strategically assess yourself. Everyone want to be at the top of the organization, but everyone cannot. Certain qualities are required. If we don't have, the dream is dream. If we learn or earn those qualities, we will be at the heights of our careers. So the self-assessment is something like conduct career self-assessment. That is, what are my skills, interest, values, and personality performance. Then options, that is research, investigate, evaluate, career options. The third one, focus and set what you want to be, your career goal, what type of training is required, what type of experience you need, what type of credential you need. You have to nourish yourself or polish yourself in that area. Then plan and conduct the job search. A number of advertisements are there, but every job is not for us, and we are not for every job. So we have to make our resume error-free. We have to write a cover letter. So the recruiter, the HR can easily go for the screening, and then establishing yourself in a career. Adjustment, teamwork. You may be a wonderful leader, but as a leader, again, you have to adjust with your team. So we have to learn that career adjustment as well. So the next one, if we talk about self-assessment and our career, as earlier we have talked about, as I said, SWOT analysis. That is on the personality. If I say strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat, opportunities are at our gate, but we are not able to identify. So if we are not able to identify, we again have to repent. Everyone is aware about the strength, the weakness, but weakness can be turned into the strength. My weakness is not completing, means if I'm not able to complete my work on time, I feel disturbed. I'm not perfect. I'm not saying that I'm perfect, but I want wholeheartedly involvement in the task. Mistakes, maybe. We are human beings, but repeated mistakes cannot be tolerated. What can be the threat? As I told in the very beginning, maths has been my threat. So I could not. So everyone has different threat, different weaknesses, different strength, and opportunity. Yes, we have to identify. So we can go through what we are and what we want. Then again, we talk about different corporate recruiter interview and preparing self to impress them. We must have knowledge of technology, We must have knowledge of functionality, means how we are, means whether we will be able to transfer that knowledge or not, and the personal qualities. Being at a professional place doesn't mean we are not having personal relation. The teamwork is a fine example of personal qualities. So we must work in that direction. But again, for that self-assessment, self-awareness or recognition is required. So these are the self-assessment and decision making. Let us ahead. What we have to assess, that is identify your need, your interest, values, and skills. Then you have to explore your research career to learn more about possible options. That research is not only in the field of career, personal life. A young kid can teach how to live. छोटा बच्चा भी बताता है कि हमें कैसे मिलजुल के रहना है. कई बार हम बड़े होकर नहीं रह पाते. A young kid says, मतभेद रखो, मनभेद नहीं. लड़ने के बाद बच्चा खेलने लगता है. और हम लोग बड़े होने के बाद अगर एक बार फ्रिक्शन हो जाए तो फिर फ्रिक्शन हो जाता है. यहाँ पे अगेन एक लाइन आई रिकॉल, शायद पूरी ना हो, याद हो मुझे. रहीमन धागा प्रेम का मत तोड़े चटकाए, तोड़े से फिर ना जुड़े, जुड़े गांठ पड़ जाए. तो द पर्पस ऑफ सेइंग पर्सनल लाइफ is different, professional life is different. We must have matbhed to learn frictions in ideas. Till there is no discussion, we will not learn. Till there is no criticism, again we will not learn. But that criticism doesn't mean kyun keh diya. So explore yourself, determine and then focus you. Again, personal and professional. Because if you are personal, if you are happy, you can work well. If you are in mental peace, you can work well. You can harmonize with the society, you can harmonize with the family, and you can harmonize at the workplace too. So you have to be focused. Then develop and implement an action plan. बातों से कुछ नहीं होता, बातें सब कर लेते हैं. As I said, the dream should be open-eyed. सपना वो होता है जो आपको सोने ना दे, जो आपसे कहे दौड़ो. You have to achieve that. ख्वाब वो नहीं होता जो आंख खुलने पर कुछ नहीं. तो बंद आंख का ख्वाब हमेशा टूटता है, पूरा नहीं होता. लेकिन खुली आंख का ख्वाब आपको कभी सोने नहीं देता. So, yes, you have to talk about a process that takes time, action, your responsibility, and the life. This assessment is lifelong. Till 0 to 100. Every day we are learning. So we are assessing ourselves. We are judging ourselves. Others are judging, but the judgment should be in an unbiased way. So, okay, let us coming to the last one, that is self-assessment. When it talks about your future, be strategic, searching masterfully always reaps tremendous success. The definition of smart. When you are thinking of your career, when you are thinking of your personal life as well, when you are assessing yourself. So our life achievements, as I told you, you have to decide. Because what I have decided, I can. What others are doing, you can also do, but you have to work for that. So you must share your life achievement, what you have done that may motivate others. You have to select at least one life achievement for the group as well. As a family, where you are establishing your family. as a member of some organization, up to what height you are helpful to carry your organization. What are your, or try to write something or pen down certain things in your diary, because these things will always help you to achieve what you want. Certain marketing skills are the managers means MBA candidates can better understand or may teach. So what skills we have? We have to be very specific. We have to categorize our skills, and we have to decide whether the skills are transferable and what are the technical aspects. So, yes, moving to the next one, if I talk SWOT analysis, I have already discussed. So that was all about. So at least we should have certain skills with us, not only the fixed one, but the transferable one. We must have some strategic plans as well. So gradually, we can talk about our personal and professional. So assessment is again at every level. If we identify ourselves, definitely we can do wonders. But again, be honest with self. Don't befool yourself. आंख बंद कर लेने से शेर नहीं आएगा ऐसा नहीं है. शेर आएगा और हमें उठाकर ले जाएगा. So better be ready for that. Open the eyes. Identify your strength. Identify yourself. And as we always been a fighter, so one fight more. With this note, I would like to stop myself, put full stop at my words. Thank you, Sharon, for giving this opportunity. Thanks to the audience who listened me. It's a topic on which we can talk for a long, but there is a time limit. So whenever we will get time, not in the mode of that online, we'll sit together, we'll discuss it. Thank you everyone for listening.
Thank you so much, ma'am.